Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
What's going on, lovely people? Welcome back to another Kop-Ish show. This one is the preview for Newcastle. We have the game tomorrow, obviously, if you're watching live, or on Tuesday. The game is on Wednesday. I've got my boy Ram with me. What's going on, bro? It's been a minute, man.
It's been a long minute. It's been a very long minute. I'm back, everybody. It's been 3 months, a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm back and I'm ready to talk about Liverpool, man.
Yeah, and guys, Ram has a channel now. The link is in the description. Make sure you go and show some love, man. Go to the description of this video, hit that link, and go over and show some love, man. Ram about to do big things over there, so make sure you get that done, people. Ram, talk to me, bruv. Talk to me. Let's. We haven't spoke, so I'm gonna give it a minute, and we'll talk about it, and then because we are gonna make this about the preview. But I can see what the people are saying. The comments are going mad. FSG have lied. It's going, it's going mad. So we're touching it just for a minute to get it out of the system, and then we can concentrate on the reason why we're supposed to. And while you're at it, people, make sure you smash that like button as well. Big up to everyone who was waiting. Big up to everyone joining. Make sure you hit that like button. So yeah, Ram, we another quote from Klopp today. The 18 millionth different one. I can't even be bothered to go over it. Me and the boys have been arguing about this for time. This one, to paraphrase, I would love to take risks in the transfer window, but that's just not how we operate. Again, how many subliminals does Klopp have to lay out for us to know it's not him? In fact, you tell me, bro. What do you think it is?
You know what? You love this analogy of like between Kop and FSG. It's like a broken relationship. Obviously, with the children, the fans are the child, and Klopp is mum and FSG's dad, and like stepdad, and you obviously know what FSG has done is bad, but again, I can't put it all on FSG. There has to be a little bit of blame towards Klopp, because if you knew about what they were like, we didn't need to splash £75 million for Darwin Núñez. We could have easily got someone else who was readily available, who would have cost a lot less money. And plus, there are so many different options out there, and this is probably more onto FSG than Klopp. There's so many different options out there that are a lot cheaper earlier in the market, and we didn't go out for them. So everyone's been hearing the Konrad Laimer rumor of us trying to get Konrad Laimer in. And Leipzig are like, well, it's the 30th of August and we don't have a replacement for him. So you're going to have to offer us big money, i.e. more or less circa £27 million. And I told Drifty this, right? I think it was at the start of, it was around about July, end of June, early July. Konrad Laimer is available for £17 million. And that is a massive steal. We should go out and get him, because not only because he can play 8, he can play as a 6. And ideally, when Fabinho starts to get a little bit older and a little bit slower, I want to drift him into this number 6 role if I had the opportunity. Now, 2 months later, his price has more or less doubled. And now we have to sit here and be like, oh, it's a lot of money. Is he worth that much? No, he was worth 17 million. Why didn't we do it at the start? And now we're at this predicament where we're like, looking and almost panicking over who we should get as a midfield replacement. And that's the problem. We didn't do our due diligence, i.e. everybody at Liverpool, including Klopp and the board, didn't do their due diligence. And look, we're going to have to pay the price for it. And people will be saying, oh, we're getting our midfielders back. That's not the point. We still needed a midfielder prior to all the injuries coming back, all the injuries. So it's everybody. I can't put everything on FSG. It has to be Klopp as well. It has to be, in my opinion.
Okay, very interesting. Me personally, I think Klopp has a little bit to blame. Of course he does. Nobody in a work environment would be blameless. But as you said, Klopp's the mum and FSG are the stepdad. And how I look at it is, if she's a stay-at-home mum and she does an absolute brilliant job and is raising some unbelievable human beings, there's not really much she can do about how much shopping she buys or where she takes the kids on trips if the dad isn't giving her money. She's a stay-at-home mum. He's the breadwinner. What's she supposed to do if he's not giving her the money to take the kids out or to go shopping? And that's how I look at it. I think Klopp is doing an unbelievable job of raising a brilliant team, but there's only so much he can do when he's on a budget. What's that mum going to do when she's at a party or she's around her brethrens? If she's a good woman, she's going to say her man is a good man. She's not going to drag their business out in public. She's going to say her man is a good man. But at home, she's going to be asking him, what's going on? Not only that, bro, he's got a good job. He's not like, he ain't got a rubbish job, you know. He's like a lawyer or something. He makes a lot of money. Like,
but
what's
Drifty,
going on here, bro?
The question is Klopp pushing them as much as he should be? So it's easy to say, oh, Klopp is not getting that much money and he's not getting fully invested in. But is Klopp doing something about it? Because Klopp is the kind of person that is like, he gave me this opportunity. He's like, I would not bite the hand that feeds me. That kind of person, even when it's a dire situation. And my question is, because we don't know everything, even though we pretend to know everything, we don't. Is Klopp pushing FSG that much? If he is, then fair enough. That's on FSG. But if he isn't, then it's hard to say, because Klopp does deserve some heat for this.
All right, let me just ask you this quickly then, in counter to what you said, bro. How many times can you ask a question without making it kind of not untenable, but you know, when you're just making it awkward now? Do you get what I mean? Like, Klopp's probably asked, bro, but there's only so many times he can keep asking before it'll get like, we said no, man, shut up. Do you get what I mean? And you don't want to make the relationship get like that. So you kind of just know your place. Do you get what I mean? And I know as a powerful man in the club as Klopp is, he's got more influence than anyone. But bro, how many times can he ask? He probably has asked, but there's only so many times you can keep asking before someone goes, man, are you stupid? Stop asking the same question, man. We've told you what the answer is.
But I think Klopp doesn't know how much power he has at the club. I think he doesn't understand how much power he has at the club, especially with the fans. Because don't forget, FSG were the ones that wanted Klopp. Klopp didn't want Liverpool. FSG wanted him first. Klopp was having a sabbatical. I didn't want to go into football. But because FSG were like, we want you, and you're the guy to take us forward, there's a lot of power towards Klopp. And I think he doesn't really realize how much power there is. That's what I'm saying. Klopp, go ahead and push them. These lot wanted you from the start. Because you weren't available at Dortmund, we saw what you did at Dortmund, and they were like, we want this guy. Go and push these lot, because you have the power. That's from how I see it. And plus, if it was between FSG and Klopp, the fans will pick Klopp every day of the week, no matter what. Like that's how I see it, in my opinion.
Well, it's the 30th. It's Tuesday. There's 2 more days till the window shuts, and we're no closer to looking like we're going to get a player. So it's not happening. At this point, it's a panic buy. Or we're going to get fleeced. And if there's one thing FSG don't do is get fleeced. I think it's safe to say FSG never let anybody fleece them. They just walk away. That's why we never get involved in bidding wars. We only buy players who the player has made it obvious he wants to come to us, and we know we don't have to do all the negotiating. A little bit like how maybe what is happening with De Jong at the moment, where there's a few clubs that want him, and even though he doesn't want to leave Barca, he's got options. Liverpool would never get involved in that and become one of them options. And we'll give you a little bit more. That we'll do this. Or how much wages? What? How much are they paying you? We'll pay you this much. Like, we never do that. If it's a bidding war, Liverpool just go, all right, and we walk away. Do you know what I mean?
And that's where I have a problem with FSG, because we have the money. We're one of the richest clubs in the world, and we're not flexing our muscles. I don't know why. I don't know how long this sort of structure can happen. I don't understand why we can't push the boat out just that little bit to bring in the star players who are on big money. That's how I see it. I really don't understand why. We did it for Mo Salah, and the money that this club generates every year is well worth having to put in that much money to attract bigger stars. Whether that be someone like a Lewandowski, who I really wanted from the start. I wanted him at Liverpool over Darwin Núñez. But look, we'll have to wait and see what FSG do, man. Like, I really do hope we get in someone that we wanted, and we don't pay ridiculous amount of money for him, because then it'll be again a waste, and we don't want to waste any money given our owners what they do.
Bro, think about how much Bellingham's going to cost if he has a good World Cup.
Oh my god!
And you know what? Let me put it in. No, go on.
And we get into a bidding war as well. That's the last thing we want.
Exactly, because everybody's going to want Bellingham. He's one of the best young talents in the world. Everybody's going to want him. And let me just put this in perspective for you, bro. Klopp's been at Liverpool just shy of 7 years. And in that entire time, there's only been a 6-month period where he's had a squad that actually means we have no weaknesses. Yeah. Can you believe that? 6 months in a 7 year. And then what did we do when the season was over? We got rid of a lot of those players, and now the squad's back to we've got holes in the squad one again. Yeah. Basically, like, how can a manager of Klopp's level at a team of Liverpool's level only have a 5 to 6 month period within 7 years where we're not worried about our squad?
I'll say this, Drifty, yeah? I think the way FSG went about, you know what? You know how much you love Sadio Mane, yeah? This is how I think.
Still not over that, by the way.
I know, Drifty, but I think this will really hurt you even more. I think the way FSG went about going about recreating Mane, I like to say, we can't replace Mane. Mane is a different breed. He is world class, to one of the best in the world. I think FSG were like, the only way we can recreate Mane is we get in Darwin Núñez and Fabio Carvalho. That's how we can recreate him. We're putting the goals and assists that Mane gives us to a guy who had one incredible season with Benfica, and to a youngster. That's how I see it. And that's what made me even a little bit annoyed, because I thought there would be more. I thought FSG would do more this summer, and they didn't. Going back to that space that we had, I saw it from the start. Buying Núñez for that much money, I don't think we're going to get a midfielder in. And look what happened. We both called it, Drift. We both called it. That's why I'm pissed.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. But let's get into the point at hand. Big up the Mitchell brothers in the building each and every time. It's so sad, because these moments with Klopp should be our best year supporting this club, and Klopp will leave underachieving. It's a disgrace. Look, I think what we've done under Klopp is sensational, because we won a Premier League, and it's what we hadn't won before. But yeah, it is going to end up looking like one of those what ifs, innit? That is really what it's going to end up being when the great man himself leaves Liverpool. It's going to be, what if we'd have done this? What if we'd have done that? What if our owners had just been a bit more ambitious? What if, I don't know. And big up Sammy with the first super chat of the show. Big up yourself, bro. After today's press conference, I am fully on your way of thinking, Drip, regarding Klopp. Today, he said a lot without crossing that line. Facts, bro. I've been trying to tell people this, man. I've been trying to tell people that, and obviously everybody's allowed an opinion, and I have absolutely no issue with anyone having a different opinion. And you know, me, Matt, and Cal going back and forward, and they disagree with me a lot on stuff or whatever. That's all fine. Like, nobody knows facts, in it, so it's just opinions. But I just don't get how anybody can see it any other way. I just don't. Klopp is constantly contradicting himself or saying something different. If you ask Klopp the same question for 5 press conferences in a row, you get 5 different answers. That isn't a man who's telling the truth. It isn't, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless somebody
trying to satisfy
kind of
different parties.
Yes, bro. Unless somebody keeps asking the same question in a different way to trip him up, then maybe he might answer it in a different way because he doesn't realize somebody's trying to like catch him out. So he's not lying, but he hasn't realized people are trying to. But they keep asking him the same question, and he gives you a different answer, bro. 2 + 2 is always 4. When is it anything else, bro? So if he's saying 5, 8, 10, 12, and then occasionally goes 4, you're like, oh, so he does know the right answer. But how comes he keeps on saying 5? And do you know what I mean? Because he's covering for something, bro. He's hiding.
People lie to either make themselves feel better or to make other people feel better. That's the truth. Funny enough.
normally it's to make other people feel better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you're a bit of an arsehole, then you just lie to make yourself feel better. But you know what I mean? And big up Yibba. FSG are a disgrace. They cut his interview off. Oh wow, I didn't know they cut off the interview because I only saw the part when he got asked the question.
Yeah.
Raw flipping hell. I need to
mad.
actually watch the press conference in full, actually. I'm very intrigued now. And he said ish. Did you see the bit when he said ish?
Ish. Yeah.
I mean, is that because he watches Kopish? I don't know, bro. I'm just saying. He's trying to hit me with a subliminal. I'm like, I'm here.
Literally, yeah, man. Yeah.
I know you're paid, bro. Just like shoot, you know our email, bro. Shoot me an email. I won't think it's spam. But yeah, let's. If I got an email from Klopp, oh my days. So let's get into it then, bro.
Life complete.
I like the hugs.
I've made it.
If I get the hug, then it's done, bro. But we're 16 minutes in. Big up everyone who's in here. Smash the like button. And let's move on to what we're here for then. Newcastle, bro. Newcastle. Ain't exactly the best team you want to play when you're not in the best of form. And I say best of form because Bournemouth was an unbelievable game. But one game isn't form. And I know a lot of people are like, you got to live a little different. I was like, look, I was over the moon with the Bournemouth game, but that cannot be a one-off. And we cannot have shot our load in that game. And then, do you know what I mean? I need to watch 2 or 3 performances and I'll be like, all right, this is form. We beat Newcastle and we beat Everton. Then I know it's form. Then I know we're back. Then I can relax. Then I can think, okay, yeah, season started. Until then, I'm keeping a little bit apprehensive. And Newcastle ain't a team to like mess with your form, bro. They are playing very good. Do you know what I mean? They're now, and I think Isaac's gonna play against us because you know he's their new boy, and Callum Wilson's got a knock apparently.
Oh shit.
How you feeling going into this game, bro? I know it's at Anfield, but like obviously Newcastle's still a very tough opponent.
I'm caught in 2 minds because yes, that performance against Bournemouth was very good, but again, I want to say this: that performance was pure anger after the way they performed against United. Like I expected it to happen. I didn't expect 9 goals, to be fair, but I expected a performance to come out. You know, like the way they got embarrassed at Old Trafford and the way we got embarrassed at Old Trafford as well. I expected them to come out full flying and doing whatever. But after watching that Manchester City game, I expect a fight to happen. Well, not like literally, like Newcastle are not going to go down without a fight. So they're going to come out and they're going to play their football and they're going to cause problems to us. That's how it is. That's how it is when we play Newcastle. They're always a problem, wherever they are. So for me, it's going to be a tough result. It's going to be a tough game. And I think these guys need to play their A game because City played their B game and they got smoked 3-1 until they had to play their A game for about 20 minutes and they returned it around due to the players that they have. We have to be our A game the whole 90 minutes, I think, to get a result. I don't see this as a walk in the park. Never is when it comes to Newcastle. History says that. But yeah, it's going to be tough. And I think hopefully our boys can do it because it's Anfield. Anfield will play a part in this no matter what.
Yeah, I agree, man. Just looking at a little bit of Newcastle news because I just wanted to check Isak's situation. He's definitely allowed to play if the work permit comes through. They just haven't had the work permit approved yet, but it could happen quite easily between now and tomorrow. So he might be available for the game. He might not. Knowing our luck, he will be. But yeah, I didn't actually realize that St. Max had gone down as well. Because I was going to get to
one.
like, yeah, and Bruno Guimaraes. I knew he had an issue. I don't know if
isn't he suspended?
Oh, was it suspension? I
don't know because he's been. I don't know if he's suspended.
I just heard rumblings. I think it was this morning that Bruno will miss the game. I don't know why he'll miss the game. I just heard he might miss a game, but I know that there's going to be an 11th hour fitness test for St. Max to see if he can make the game. So it's not a bad injury because if they're going to do a last minute fitness test, then it's not a bad injury. But obviously, maybe he's not fully fit even if he does play them. But if St. Max and Bruno were out, that definitely changes the complexion of this game massively.
That's 2 core players, Drift.
Yeah.
That is 2 core players out, and that will help us a lot. Don't forget Callum Wilson as well. If Isak doesn't get that work permit, that's another core player out. And that's only good for us. Because, look, St. Maximin on that right-hand side, and the way that Trent was moving the last couple of games, like I feel... I need to ask you, Drift, yeah? Because we had these conversations in WhatsApp. I'm going to put this out on the YouTube for you. Do you think the stuff that Trent's been doing has gone a little bit under the radar for most fans? But everyone knew what he's like in terms of 1v1 defending, but just overall defensively in terms of where he's placed and defensive positioning and just his reading sometimes of the game, is it a problem?
It depends which way you look at it, in my opinion. If he's going rogue and he ain't listening to instructions, it's a massive problem. Massive problem. If he's just doing what the manager's telling him, then it's more on Pep Lijnders and Klopp as to like, well, why are these the tactics? Like, why? Like, what makes you believe that this is the best way forward? So yeah, it depends, bro. Like for me, it definitely depends. I don't personally. I think it's an attitude problem with Trent. I think Trent has believed in his own hype a little bit, and I think he doesn't feel he has to work as hard anymore. If you look at the Bournemouth game, I know the Bournemouth game was quite easy in comparison to others because we dominated the match, but he was running again with the ball and without the ball. He was defending. He was tracking back. He was doing all the things he wasn't doing in the previous games, especially the Man U game. Maybe he got a wake-up call and realized, right, like I can't just walk around the pitch because I'm this super talented player. And do you know what I mean? Like, and he must have been embarrassed when he watched that 1-2 get played around him by Kim McTominay, and then just walked and just watched. And the thing is, if you watch it back, yeah, even when Van Dijk is doing whatever the fuck he was doing on the line, if Trent had sprinted, even he could have still blocked the shot when Sanchez cut back on. He must have been embarrassed. That must have been the biggest eye-opener. And I'm hoping it's the same thing that happened to him when he played against Rashford all them years back at Old Trafford when Rashford, I can't remember, I think he did like a little back flick or something, and he went past him and then he scored. What was that, like 17, 18 that might have been, innit? And then like Trent kind of learned to never leave himself like that again, and he got better and better and better. And it was almost like a life lesson. And then he improved from it. Let's hope that this moment was another moment like that where he goes, yeah, I can't be this lazy anymore. I can't. If I'd have just ran, even if I'd have ran 30% more, I would have blocked the shot or they wouldn't have played that 1-2 around me. And then the goal wouldn't have happened. I'm hoping it was just a little bit of arrogance, a little bit of complacency creeping in. The kid's 23 and he's a superstar. It can happen. It can happen. And he's been a superstar for his entire career, pretty much. Like, it can happen, innit? So I hope he's learned from it.
My issue is that because of how talented he is on the ball, I don't understand why he's so far up the field. Like, his passing range is stupid for a 23-year-old. That's what I'm saying. He has the capabilities of dictating play at such a deeper position. So I'm like, you don't need to bomb forward all the time. Your ability on the ball, you can just dictate play just through your sheer ability.
He does do that sometimes, though, but then we get annoyed he's spamming the ball, like, because he just keeps playing Hollywood passes for like,
but then
40,
you could
50
say,
yards, you know?
Is the midfield good enough for him to be standing right next to, say, Joe Gomez, spamming balls into them and let them to take the game? Maybe not. So
maybe not. Yeah.
That's another issue to go by. But yeah, man, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Trent, defensively, he is lazy at times, and sometimes that is susceptible. So I think it's just a wake-up call needed for him, man.
Yeah, if St. Max plays in the game, he really needs to be on his A game, though. Oh my god.
Otherwise, he's getting roasted.
Bruv, you could be the best right back in the world, and if St. Max is on it, you're getting roasted, bruv. So
yeah, that's true.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not on it or you're not the best defensively, like, do you know what? A lot of people in football, and I guess everybody's guilty of it to some degree, but I try to avoid myself falling into this category. they will always do football recency in their thinking when they're thinking about stuff. Saint Max may be an inconsistent player, but the guy's ability is out of this world. And I still believe Liverpool should be trying to sign him, personally. Even with Diaz, I still believe that Liverpool should be trying to get Saint Max because he can play across the front. He's not the type of player that's one-footed. He could cover for Salah. He could cover for Diaz. Do you get what I mean? You can rotate, like, and the fact that he drops in and out of form would mean it would kind of be cool. So while we're teaching him to be consistent, he can play here, he can play there. You know what I mean? I know he does have a little bit of an injury situation where, like, he does get injured quite often, but maybe that's because he's carrying a whole team on his back. You know, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
we know all about back pain, man. Trust me.
You know,
especially
you know
Stevie.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that. Like, but I think
I don't know, man.
The only way to settle Saint Max down is literally, I think someone said in the comments, need to just clamp him fairly. Don't actually go out and try to injure the guy. Just rough him up. You know, that's the only way to stop him from like doing what he does. Because boy, that boy has skills. Like, literally, he is FIFA Street. You know what I mean? He's a FIFA Street player.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I can think of stopping him from doing what he does.
Nah, it's true, man. So let's get into the predicted lineup. How do you feel that we're gonna line up for this game tomorrow, bro?
I feel as though it's just gonna be the same old, isn't it? I don't have any inkling that it's gonna change. You know, maybe some players may be back from their injuries. Maybe someone like Keita, or maybe Curtis Jones, someone like that. But I feel like it's gonna be the same lineup. It's gonna be the same midfield and it's gonna be the same attack. Nothing changes. Is Darwin Nunez back this game?
No, Everton. So this is the last game of his suspension, I think, and then he's back for Everton.
Yeah, so I'm not even looking forward to Nunez at Everton, you know. But that's another story.
With their winding him up and stuff.
Yeah, man. Like,
surely he's learned his lesson, man.
But I don't know, man. Gary Mina and those kind of players, they're the kind of players that will just pinch him, slap him, do whatever to get him right.
If he makes the same mistake again, oh Jesus! The thing is, he's only been sent off once, other than apparently, was it Palmeiras? What was the team he played for before he went to Benfica?
Oh, Vallecano.
He was sent off one time for them as I think an 18-year-old or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is his first real senior sending off. It's not like he's got some discipline problem where we've got to be like all of a sudden worried. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he'll learn his lesson from that. But you're right. Everton ain't exactly the easiest game to come back into when people are going to be winding you up. You're right.
Yeah, literally. But that's a conversation for another day, man. Yeah, literally. Sorry, Almeria, not Vallecano.
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah. So you think we're gonna go same team we did against Bournemouth?
Yeah, I think so.
Harvey Elliott was precautionary. Klopp confirmed, which is really, really good news. But you think that I don't think he'll risk him this soon, though. Even if you take someone off for precaution, only 3 days later, I think Elliott might come out the team. I don't really think he would risk Elliott if he was taken off for precaution. What are you thinking?
If that's the case, then I wouldn't mind playing Carvalho on the left, and I know he's not at 8. Henderson on the right. You know,
I was gonna say Carvalho deserves a start now, surely.
Bro, you don't know how much I love Carvalho, man. Like, he's a breath of fresh air, man. He is, like, dribbling wise, he's so good, and he's so direct as well. Like, is amazing how good a player we've got, and I think he could get even better. So,
definitely,
literally, like, Fulham is a very good breeding ground for some talented players, you know. I just realized, they've got some decent players coming through. Maybe the new Southampton, but who knows?
Are we Yeah, that's true, isn't it? We keep getting players from Fulham now. We got a good relationship with them, though. We've loaned them some players and stuff.
That is true.
The relationship's quite good. To be fair, we had a good relationship with Southampton as well. To be fair, we did let them have one or two players,
except Virgil, obviously.
I think we healed that afterwards, though. At first, they were annoyed with us, but then
we healed it. We gave them some big money for that. They better.
No, but then remember, we let them have Ings for a bargain.
Exactly. Oh, bargain. Yeah, bargain.
Well, 23 mil. That was a bargain for Ings, I think.
Now with his injury record as well, Drift, you need.
No, but he wasn't really injured for them. He only started getting injured when he went to Aston Villa. I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
You see, this fixed position situation, bro. I don't believe Carvalho should only be on the left. I think maybe we should try him on the right. Why do we keep thinking that everybody has to be inverted? It's this new thing now in football where everything has to be inverted. Why not try a right footer on the right? Like, what is the harm in doing it? That was how football was for the majority of time. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's because certain players, the way they play, they're more suited to go inverted, you know? And I feel like certain players, they're very good on the left. So Pedro Neto is a very good example. He's left-footed, but the way he plays, the way he's so direct, and the way he strikes the ball, he's more suited to the left-hand side than he is the right, in my opinion. And then there are other players that prefer being inverted, like Fabio Carvalho. So I think it's a certain trait that players have. And I think the way football has evolved, a lot of players are more inverted rather than naturally playing on their natural, weak, stronger side.
Fair enough. I mean, but for the sake of not changing everything around, I still think it's something we could try. And you know, Klopp likes to do the round pegs in square holes anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I would probably, I would start. Do you know what I mean? I would start Carvalho on the right and keep it same as, and then just see how it goes. And even if after 15, 20 minutes you realize it's not working, maybe switch things around a bit. But what's the harm in trying it? Effectively, what you got to remember as well is if you're playing in a free, you can effectively just rotate it however you want. And you can almost become central. You don't even have to be, do you get what I mean? Like stuck on the right or the left. And Carvalho is best central anyway. So if you just rotate the three a little bit and the left-sided player drops in a bit and then you let Carvalho almost be central. Do you get what I mean? Like you can just rotate throughout the game. And Carvalho, we all know Carvalho through the middle is perfect. It's almost a shame we don't play 4-2-3-1 because that position for him would just literally be like, that's your position, make it
even
your own.
Even Elliot as well.
Even Elliot would be brilliant for that position. So,
but I still think Carvalho is very quick, and I feel like we can use that pace to good measure. That's why I'd say I'd rather play him on the left because of that pace.
I don't think he's quick enough, though. That's why I don't think he works on the wing. I don't think he's quick enough to be a winger.
Drift, I see him more like Pablo Aimar. You know what I mean? On that left-hand side, very quick. Not in terms of quick, like raw pace, but quick on the ball. Like very
like quick change of feet and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
a bit like Coutinho then, because Coutinho ain't the quickest.
Yeah,
but his change of feet was just so good. It bought him time that his pace didn't.
Carvalho is a lot quicker than Coutinho, in my opinion.
Do you think? No, I don't know about that.
Carvalho is quick.
I think Coutinho was deceptively quick. I think he's quicker than people think he is. He's not rapid, but I think he's quicker than people. Maybe not now, but like when we had him. I don't know. I think
Carvalho's got that acceleration. Like he jets off, but then again, sprint speed. Like whenever he's sprinting, like he's not got that.
Yeah. Do you know he needs a bit more body strength. I think that's what Carvalho needs. I think Carvalho, I mean, he's only 19, do you know what I mean? But I think he needs to just get a tiny little bit more body strength because you look at someone like Sterling, who's still a very small player, but you don't really see him ever getting barged off the ball. He's got a very good core strength and his balance is brilliant. Carvalho looks a little bit like a boy around men. And I think he just needs to maybe work on that core strength, just get a little bit more. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Just get, don't even bulk up because that will change how you are, but just get that core strength. He needs to be doing, I don't know, like he needs to be.
He's got that baby strength. Apparently, just is his birthday today. So happy birthday to Carvalho.
Oh shit! Is it Carvalho's birthday today?
Yeah.
Oh,
happy birthday, Fabio. If you are watching.
Yeah.
But,
All right, Fabio, have you ever seen this? Come on. Yeah, man. Future G right there. Future G right there.
But
I'm
he's
not quite getting. No, go on.
For me, Carvalho is the exact opposite of Haaland in terms of pace. If you get what I mean, like Haaland is fast when he gets going, but is slow when he starts. I think Carvalho is the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, because once Haaland's going, he's gone.
Yeah.
Once he's gone, he's gone. Like, yeah, he's like, do you know what he's a little bit like? Yaya Toure. Do you remember Yaya Toure? Wasn't the quickest, like, but once he was gone, that was it. Like,
he was
Yaya.
elegant with it. Like Yaya was just like, he didn't look fast, but he was fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was like the Usain Bolt of football. He didn't look like he was supposed to be that quick, but he was. Yaya. I'm not gonna lie, I hated Yaya because he played for the Ops, but I miss watching him because he was a baller. Yeah, he was a baller. So let me just get through this last super chat before I move on to score predictions. Man, like Pimpin Distress, big up yourself, bro. It was telling when Klopp said he would take more risks with transfers, but it's not always up to him. Big up, G. Yeah, Pim, I'm telling you, man, he's been hitting us with them subliminals for the longest time, man. He has, bro. It is what it is, man. So yeah, give me a score prediction for this one, Ram. Give me a score prediction. How you feeling that this one's gonna go down?
2-1, Liverpool. I would love to say 2-0, but I feel as though our defense don't look good. And I feel like people are sort of sussed it out a little bit now. And obviously, like centre-backs wise, even though Verge had a decent game against Bournemouth, like the last couple of weeks, he's been very, very shaky. And I told you the stat which was kind of mad on WhatsApp about Alisson, innit? When I think last season in the Premier League alone, if he counted his 1v1s alone, it equaled just under 20 goals in the Premier League alone. That's without Champions League, without set pieces, how he dealt with set pieces, and just general shots from range. So that's how much...
I'm not gonna lie. Big up to you on that one, bro, because you told me real early in the season. You know, without Alisson, we would be letting in goals on a regular basis. You said it.
And that's why I believe he was our player of the season last season, because of all that. On 1v1s alone, when you're averaging a circa to what a striker gets, 19 goals a season, you must be performing at such a level. You know what I mean? So that's why I said Alisson deserved player of the season. And now people started to suss it out. Like Zaha sussed it out. Mitrovic sussed out to an extent. Even what's this called? Rashford was sussing it out. So like we can't rely on Alisson all the time. He can rely us on those moments, but can't rely on every single day of the week. We need to cut him some slack. Like goalkeepers aren't meant to be doing these kind of stuff, and that's a problem.
Yeah, and a team of our caliber shouldn't be giving up 2-3 clear chances a game. We just shouldn't. Like I think our Bournemouth game is the first game for a very long time where we didn't give up clear opportunities. Like most of the time, 2-3 easy we're giving up. Like one-on-ones or very clear opportunities we should just not be giving up, and it's not good, man. It's not good. So yeah, we definitely got to cut that out. I'm gonna go with a 2-1, and I think Newcastle score first.
That's what I think. Drift. I don't know why, but I feel like we're gonna concede first. We always do.
Because apart from the Bournemouth game, we have done for like 9 games in a row or something like that, bro.
Yeah.
And we got to cut that out as well. We've really got to cut that out. Like, you know what I mean? And we're not doing a Man City where it's like we're doing it for fun. So we can make the game easy and we just end up breezing through the game and winning it. We're like dropping points. So yeah, we got to cut that out, man. I hope the Bournemouth game was the beginning of some clean sheets, man, because we've really got to start going back to getting some clean sheets. Like I'm sick of this. Like you just know Liverpool like are guaranteed to let in a goal.
And clean sheets not through Alisson, through actually controlling the game properly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not through relying on Alisson to save us every single day of the week, you know. Like it's good for my agenda, but I care about Liverpool than more than my agendas. You know what I mean? So we move.
Yeah, definitely. So there you have it, people. Big up to everyone who's been in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button. Big up to all the super chatters as well. And don't forget, guys, Ram has a channel now. The link is in the description. Make sure you go over there and show your love, man. And yeah, just let them know like briefly what the channel is about. But before you go, man.
Yeah, man. So out of how do you say it? Out of consideration and a little bit of pushing from other people, I started my own channel called the Ram Stand. You can follow that. I bring on some guests. Maybe Drifty may make his appearance quite soon. It's a bit quiet for the last couple of months, but I'm back and I'm ready to start again. You know what I mean? So big up, man, everyone, whoever follows it, man.
Keep doing your thing, man. You know, when people talk sense, people will gravitate towards it, man. So keep pushing and, you know what I mean, the channel will grow, man. So there you have it, people. Make sure you get over there and show your love to Ram, man. And, we just got one last super chat that's just come in. Man like Jamrock in the back. I see Jamrock fully active in the chat, going back and forward with some of the other people. Actually, yeah, 12th man saying congrats, bro. So yeah, man, big up, man. Big up 12th, big up the 12th man as well, man. Always supportive. Jamrock says Nunes was a risk at 65 M's. If that's those type of risks, then I don't want too many of those types of risks in the team, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think that was the type of risk he meant. I think he meant a risk as in pay a lot of money for the player. And obviously knowing that if it goes wrong, then like, you know, you might have
challenging the structure a bit.
Yeah, I don't think he meant a risk as in getting players who you shouldn't be spending a lot of money on. Yeah. I just think he meant, because you got to remember, every time you spend money, it's a risk. So the higher the value, the bigger the risk. Even if Bellingham is a massive risk if we pay 100 million. Do you know how big of a risk it is if we pay 100 million for Bellingham? Regardless how talented you think he is, it is a huge risk. Look at Sancho, 77 mil. And he ain't really done that. Everyone thought he was literally like a superstar player, and he ain't done nothing. So,
even 80 million is quite steep. But given the fact he's only 20 years old and he's got so much room to grow, and midfielders last a lot longer than strikers, then maybe. But 80 mil sounds a bit mad. Like 70 mil, maybe. I guess so. That is worth it, given the kind of player he is, the stature and the age that he has, and everything marketability wise. I know FSG loved that word, but it's just in any sense, every signing's a risk. Like you're buying someone that you don't know what's going to happen with them, and you don't know whether it's going to be a good signing for us. We'll have to wait and see. But if he's the right player and you've done your due diligence, then the risk is a lot lessened. So that's how I see it.
I am, brother. I'm with you, Rico. I am livid. Man United have got Anthony. Livid, bro. That's my guy. I gotta hate him now. I've got to hate him now. That's just how the game goes, man.
Like literally, the best player to take over from Salah, and he's got a lot of skill on him, and he can learn off the best right winger in the world. And he's at the scum.
Yeah, and I mean, just quickly as well, why do people keep thinking Nunes is a massive risk when, for a touted striker in this market, 60 million is actually the going rate. Like, let's keep it a buck. I think Isak is a really good player. But Isak has done less on the world scene than Nunes has, and he just cost in the six. Was it 66 million? I think they paid for him. Was it in total?
Was it 66?
It was something higher. Like, I'm sure it was well over 60 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I'm sure they paid over 60 million for Isak. I mean, is Isak any less of a risk than Nunes? No.
I think Isak was a lot touted when he was younger. That's because Dortmund got him when he was like a kid. But for Sweden, he's done bits in there. But again, like hasn't really done it on the Champions League. Hasn't really done much. I think Nunes, in terms of doing stuff on the big stage, he's got that. He's got that in his locker.
This is what I'm saying, man.
With Isak, I don't think so. But Isak's going to a club that is of a different stature to us at this moment in time. So we'll have to wait and see what he does. I think he could be a good signing, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, man. And we've got to remember as well, every time people keep on saying Nunes is 85 mil, the only way they get that money is if he's an absolute success. So until that point, he was 64 million. Like, we can't just keep acting. Do you know what I mean? Because and if we give them 85 mil, that means he's banged in every goal. We've won trophies, and nobody would even be bothered with paying that much. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. When we pay that money, it means he's been a success. So if you want to call him 85 million, that means he's been a success. Until then, we pay 64 million for him. And that is the going rate for a young striker in the world. As you said, Isak just went for 70 million euros and he's done less on the world scene. So
I need to ask you, out of all the right wingers in the world, who's left that can replace Mo Salah? Because I can't think of many anymore.
It's probably just Diaby.
Ousmane Dembele, but he ain't leaving.
Yeah, he's not leaving now. Plus, he's too injury prone.
Yeah.
It's probably just Diaby or Gnabry, but apparently he's going to stay at Bayern Munich now. So, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bruv. It's
sticky, man.
Yeah. I mean, Neto possibly, if he does fully get over this knee injury, Neto could possibly be that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm saying I don't even want to talk about Chelsea because this is a Liverpool preview, but I'm seeing apparently Chelsea are talking to 3 players today that's going to take their spending over 3 million.
They just signed what's his name, Vardio from Leipzig. So
yeah. Let's see how they're going to balance them books as well.
And obviously, I think someone just mentioned it. Prior to his injury, Chiesa would have been that guy.
Yeah. Chiesa possibly. But
it is what it is.
But yeah, there you go. But people, make sure you're back here tomorrow. We'll be having a watch along. So looking forward to that. Make sure you tune in for that. Smash the like button on your way out, people. Big up everyone who's been in there. Big up all the super chats. Big up everyone. As I said, man, liking the video is the best way to support, guys. So please smash that like button on the way out. And we will catch you tomorrow for the watch along and the match reaction. Until then, people, peace.